Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well and are looking forward to this video. Today's video is going to be my updated brow routine. I don't think I've ever actually posted a brow routine on YouTube, to be honest, because I really just never loved my eyebrow routine. Let's just be real. I've never liked how I did them. So a couple months ago, I actually found a product that works really great for me, and it's made putting on my brows 100 times easier. I used to always use pencils all the time. I actually used to use, I don't think I have it right here with me. It was the Maybelline one that had the pencil on one side and the powder it like popped out and it was like powder on the other side. I used that for a really long time. I also used the e.l.f. Taupe eyebrow brush. It was like the dollar one. What else have I used? I also used to use the e.l.f. little wax and powder duo. All of those are really great. They worked at the time, but for me, I'm just really wanting to step up my eyebrow game, I guess, a little bit. So I actually ventured out and found a pomade that I'm really loving. This is by NYX. It is the Tame and Frame pomade, and this is a waterproof formula, and it is in the color chocolate. So that is what I'm wearing on my brows today. This is what the product actually looks like. It comes in this little tiny pot, and the product's down in there so you can see. This comes with how much? 0.18 ounces is how much product you get. I feel like it would probably last you a really long time because it is very creamy, but it's not overly creamy to where you can't be precise and your brows aren't going to stay on. This really is waterproof, you guys. I have a really hard time getting this off with makeup remover, so it does stay put. But it's such a good formula. It's creamy enough that you can really work with it, that you're not like dragging and pulling out your brow hairs, but it's like not so creamy where you're messing up and sliding all over the place. I don't know, it's really hard to describe, but I really like it. I believe this was $9 at Ulta, which is where I got mine. I like to pair it with my Essence Make Me Brow Mascara, so I just use this afterwards to kind of tame down and kind of set my actual hairs into place to where I want them to be. And this actually has like little fibers in it, so it's nice to get right on the inner corners, I feel like, so you can really like kind of make it look like there's actual little hairs there. This is very comparable to the Benefit Give Me Brow. I've used both of them. This one's way cheaper, so this is the one that I always go for because I feel like I get the same result using both of them, to be honest. So yeah, the last product for my brows that I did use in this video is this Chella Eyebrow Under Eye Highlight type of product. Let's see what it's called. It's the Ivory Lace Highlighter, so that's the shade. And it's just your typical little highlight pencil. So it's like a skin tone color, but it has a little bit of like a hint of like a brightness to it. There's no shimmer or glitter in it, but I use this to outline. In the video you'll see I outline my brows and kind of make them stand out more. And I really, I can't stress this enough, recommend this step. I just want to mention that for a very long time, you know, I am a mommy, so getting my makeup routine in the mornings down to, you know, a couple minutes is a must for me. My little girl is over a year old, so she's all over the place and she needs lots of attention. So I can't take a ton of time in the morning to get ready. So I would always skip this step. And let me tell you guys, I've been just adding in those extra couple seconds. That's all it takes, extra couple seconds. Using this particular product or any cream kind of stick, I feel like works great. I feel like concealer would probably be a little bit drawn out type of process because I feel like it would probably be a little bit more messy to kind of blend in. But if you're a mommy and you're on the go and you need to just hurry up and be able to do this, a product like this is amazing for that. It literally only takes an extra couple seconds and it makes the world of difference. I show in the video of one eyebrow with it and one eyebrow without it, and you can definitely tell, you know, which one looks better. It stands out more, it looks sharper, it's crisper. So yeah, that's my rant. I just wanted to let you guys know that I highly recommend you do the underbrow highlight with your brows. And yeah, so I think that's about all I have to say for this video. I'm really rambling. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My links are always down in the drop box down below. I'd love for you guys to come over there and see my posts that I post, my pictures, and just hang out with me over there. Yeah, so be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this and want to see other routine products. Leave it in the comments down below if you have any requests that you'd like me to do for you guys. I'm talking way too fast. I also want to mention, guys, that this is just my opinion and what works for me on my brows. Just because something works necessarily for my brows doesn't mean it will necessarily work for your brows. Everyone's brows are different. Everyone likes them to look differently. Some like them more natural, some like them darker, bigger, skinnier. It's all personal preference. So if you don't like the way I did my brows, it's perfectly fine. I'm not saying that I am like the brow queen, because I am definitely not. I'm still always looking to perfect my brow routine. So if you guys have any hints or what works for your brows, be sure to leave it in the comments below, so that way everyone can kind of grab tips and you guys can share it amongst yourselves. So yeah, so I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm not saying that my brows are perfect, because I know they are definitely not the most perfect brows in the world, but it works for me. It makes me feel good, and it's how I like them to look. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in here. I'm not trying to say that I am like, you know, the best at brows, because I'm definitely not. So yeah, just throwing that in there. Yeah, so I think that's about it. Be sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let's get into the brow routine. Okay guys, so I'm zoomed in and my mirror's over this way, so hopefully you guys can see. This is the brow that I'm actually going to be showing you guys how I do. This one, as you can tell, I've already done. I wanted to kind of leave one undone and one done for you guys, so you can kind of see my brows natural kind of shape. So this one is my good brow. This one has a really good shape to it naturally, at least I feel like it does. There it is, get a little bit sparse right through here. But this one is the one that I really have to build up, and you can probably tell that I don't have as much hair on the front of this one, and this one just kind of droops down more, because I do have hooded eyes, but I also have droopy eyes, and this side is my droopier eye. So if I'm just looking just straight across, you'll probably be able to tell this side droops down a lot more than this one. So it makes it a little bit difficult when I'm doing eye makeup and my brows, because I kind of have to adjust my technique, if you will, on how to make them look even. Because if I were to do them both exactly the same way, it just wouldn't work, because this side does droop down further. So I have to make this one a little bit taller, I have to make this one a little bit shorter. It's just a lot of work. So I'm just gonna do my good eyebrow for you guys, so you guys can kind of see how I do my brows. So I'm looking in my mirror over here. Hopefully I can stay in frame for you guys. But the product that I'm using today is actually the NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade. So I just picked this up like a month ago, so it's the beginning of the year, and I have fallen head over heels for this stuff, you guys. I really love it. I used to use brow pencils. I've tried quite a few from the drugstore, and they're okay. I really liked them, but I feel like I wasn't able to get my brows perfect until I came across this brow pomade. So I've really been loving this. Mine is in the shade Chocolate, and this is a waterproof brow pomade. So this is what the product actually looks like. It just comes in this little tube, or this little pot. So this is what the product looks like, and as you can see, I've just dipped into it. What I like to do is dip into it, and then I like to actually rub off the extra on the cap, so that way my brush isn't too loaded down. And the brush that I actually like to use is this angled brush by Luxie. It's the 215 small angle. I really love this brush. It's like the perfect density with like enough give in it that you can build the shape without it moving all over the place. And it's pretty like thin, if you can see. It's not like overly thin. Like I have another one right here. This was an Ipsy one that I got, and as you can tell, hopefully you can tell the difference. It's not as thin as this one. This one's just way too thin. So I like this one. It's like perfect in the middle. It's not too thick, but it's not too thin. So this is what I use for my brows, and then I just use a spoolie. This spoolie is actually by Ofra. And then to set my brows, I like to use the Essence Make Me Brow Mascara. This one's in taupe. I actually need to get another one of these because it's basically gone. And then for my underbrow highlight, I like to use the Chella stick. This is just their highlight stick in Ivory lace. So yeah, I'll go ahead and show you now what I do, and then we'll kind of move into the other products. So I'm going to go ahead and start. What I like to do is I'll take my brow and I'll dip a little bit down into the product, and then I'll wipe off the back like I said. Then I like to start right in the center, and I'll kind of draw out the line underneath. and I'll go down to my tail. Now with my tail, I don't like to bring it too low down because I do have hooded eyes, and if you bring it too like curved down, it just brings your eyes down and it makes it look down. So when you're doing that, if you have hooded eyes, make sure you kind of bring it out a little bit further. And then I'll go back in with a little bit more product, and then I'll start making that arch. So I'll kind of just follow the shape, the natural shape of my brow, and then I'll start bringing that down into the tail. I'll grab a little bit more product and just really kind of shape that tail. So as you can see, I do extend it just a little bit to give me kind of a little bit more of an arch up there that I don't naturally have. So then I'll go ahead and take a little bit more product, and then I'll start working on the front here. So I'll bring it down and I'll carve out that shape, that straight line that I want underneath. I actually need to pluck a few of my brows, so just ignore that. And then I'll go in and then I'll start working on the front here. So when I do the front, I like to just take my brush and kind of just draw out little hair-like shapes, I guess, little, you know, flicks. And then I'll kind of turn my brush sideways and I'll try and start filling that in a little bit. Trying not to go all the way in because I like the front to be a little bit lighter than the tail. So I just kind of will shape it out and try and make it match the other side a little bit. And then I just kind of fill it in. Way to get as natural a brow as you possibly can is just little strokes. Adding little bits here and there, little strokes, starting small. Don't go in with a ton of product, you know, and try and do one big whoosh, because then you're just gonna mess up and it's gonna look like too much. So that's basically what I've got right now. And then I'll kind of just add what I think I need. Then I like to go in with my spoolie and I'll kind of brush it out a little bit. And I like to brush upwards with my hair so that it kind of just goes up a little bit. Once again, everything I do to my brows and my eyes, I'm always trying to lift up because I want to make my eyes look more lifted, since I do have hooded eyes and droopy eyes. I don't want everything to look pulled down. So I'll go in with my brow gel and I will just kind of brush it through to get my brows, the hairs, to kind of lay the way I want them to. I go in with my eyebrow highlighter. Now I'm going to do one brow with the highlighter and I'm going to leave the other one alone so you guys can see how big of a difference this step actually makes. So I just take my brow pencil and I go underneath the brow and I go right on top of the brow. I know that looks crazy right now, but then I go in with this, just a little brush like this, and then I start blending that downward and really carve out that shape. And this will also help make or disguise any mistakes that you might have made if you went down a little bit too far. So this part's great to really clean up any mistakes that you might have made. Yeah, as you can see, hopefully you can see the difference as to what that did compared to the eyebrow that doesn't have any highlighter under. It really makes it stand out and makes it look more clean, and it just frames the face really nicely. So yeah, that's basically how I do my brows. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you enjoyed it. So I'll go ahead and see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!